עטרת פעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני העם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה
נקבל You shall love Adonai with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your might. Take to heart these commandments I give you this day. Remember and tell all your children to live by my way. Speak of them when you're home, when you're on your way, when you lie down and get up and go about your day, as a sign on your hand and upon your head. On the side of your doorposts, my commandments may always be read. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed. Please remember, observe all these words that I've said, to live and be holy for years straight ahead. For I am your God, out of Egypt I led. Be holy, be righteous, remember the words that I've said. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed. You shall love Adonai with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your might. Take to heart these instructions I give you this day. Remember and tell all your children to live, oh, to live and remember my ways. generations and generations and Vador, 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 Vador.
Look around the world, look around your town. Every single age is represented all around. You see them everywhere, every street, avenue or boulevard. Anywhere, any beach, any park or any yard.
Vador, Vador, for generations and generations and Vador, 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 Vador.
Ecclesiastes said one generation goes and another generation arrives. He got it wrong. For years we all live side by side.
Can you lean on those who arrived here before? Can you learn from those you remember being born?
Can you see that we are all together evermore?
Vador, Vador, for generations and generations and Vador, 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 Vador. Vador, Vador, for generations and generations and Vador, 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 for generations and generations and Vador, Vador,
We're on page 10.
You can look in your books or up on the screen. You'll see the lyrics shortly. Yedid nefesh av harachamam. Yedid nefesh av harachamam. Meshoch avdecha. Show Yedid nefesh of harachaman. Yedid nefesh of harachaman. Meshochal decha el ratzonecha. Meshochal decha yai lai 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 el ratzonecha. Yarut avdecha kemo ayam yishtachav yai lai lai yai lai 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 elu adarecha. Yarut avdecha kemo ayam yishtachav yai lai lai yai lai lai yai lai lai elu adarecha. Yedid nefesh of harachaman.
We stay on page 10. Especially nowadays, we have to give thanks anytime we come together with each other. We actually had quite a few people say they could be here tonight and then wrote us emails today that they're a little bit under the weather. And nowadays, you don't come to synagogue if you're under the weather. You don't go anywhere if you're under the weather. So we sing how good it is for us to be together this evening, and if you take a look around, you know, hello. Oh, you know each other, right? Yeah. I've always maintained that no matter what we do during the week, right, no matter where we are in our lives, for some reason, all of us have found ourselves here right now. So we should take advantage of that and bring our energies together in song and prayer and kind of bring our week to an end in a beautiful way and spend some special time with each other. So we start singing, Hine Matov, how good it is for all of us to be together. Hine Matovu Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matovu Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matovu Manayim Shevet Achim Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
You have to invite the Sabbath bride,
Exactly.
your wife.
So we've started with some singing. I hope your body's been moving a little bit. And now we bring the light of Shabbat into the room, and she has no idea I'm going to call her up for this. But my wife Michelle's back in town. Her first service.
Woo!
Her first service in 3 months, 2 months.
No, she was here for.
Watching online is not like being here.
Yeah, we didn't get to see. You know,
No offense to anyone who's watching online.
Oh wait, unless you would like to stand.
So we moved to the
Where has she
candle lighting.
been?
It's on page
Can you
2.
tell
That's
us?
none of anyone's business.
Oh please. Okay. Do you want a microphone? Sarah, do we have an extra microphone? I want you to sing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik
Shabbat Shalom. Let's go to page 24.
I would like to apologize to our at-home audience. Our lower third liturgy slides are not working.
What?
But you can listen and sing with us, or visit the CCAR flip book if someone can put that in the chat. I apologize.
Right, the pages that I'll be calling out will be the pages that are in the flip book as well.
Yes, they are. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei HaShalom. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu leshalom, Malachei HaShalom. Baruch Hu leshalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Zeitchem leshalom.
Zeitchem leshalom, Malachei HaShalom. Zeitchem leshalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
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 It took God 6 days to create the world. Each day filled the earth with light and dark, water and land, with beasts and swarms, with flocks and schools and humanity. Then that seventh day God paused, and the space of time let everything settle in its place. Shabbat Vayinafash. It took us 6 days to create this week as well. Each day of ours is filled with light and dark, with in water and on land, with our beasts and swarms, our flocks and schools, certainly our humanity. So this seventh day, let's pause. Let's let in the space of time and let our lives settle. Shabbat Vayinafash. Our world happens in the 6 days of the week. How can we continue to create the next 6 days if we haven't allowed these past 6 to sink in? Shabbat Vayinafash, we rest to be refreshed. Let us take time now to go through our week, a Chazarat HaShavua, a review. Page 20. Let's welcome in Shabbat as they did in Tzvat, 17th century. Pretend you're wearing white. You've gone out into a field just as the sun is setting. And we sing these words to welcome the Sabbath bride.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela la 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 lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela Shamo v'zacha b'dibur echad Hishmianu el ha'meuchad Adonai echad U'shmo echad L'shem u'tiferet v'litila Echad dodi Likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela La 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 lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri kiva orechu miori ori shir daveri kavod Adonai alayit nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela la 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 lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela.
Let's rise and face the entrance as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha u'zola toch emunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat
You may be seated. All right, I'll move.
Hello, everyone. We just sang Lecha Dodi, a song of welcome to the Sabbath bride. It reminds us of weddings. Tonight, I remember the moment of your wedding, not so many years ago, as we welcome the next generation of your family. And we do it here, in this sacred place. I have memories, Stephanie, of your grandparents here. They were members of this synagogue from 1954. I remember them well and with such fondness. And I have memories of B'nai Mitzvah, of family simchas, and lots of holidays connected to our temple. This is indeed a sacred place. The Hebrew word for place is makom. It's one of the many names of God. And it appears in this week's Torah portion many times in the famous story of Jacob's ladder. Jacob is leaving his home and he comes upon a certain makom, a certain place. And he goes to sleep. He dreams a dream of a ladder that reaches up to heaven with angels going up and down. And when he wakes up, he says, surely God is in this place, and I didn't even notice. Well, Jacob didn't notice right away, but we do. We know that God is in this place as we welcome your daughter into this Jewish community. And we're really grateful that you chose to celebrate her naming here at Temple Emanuel with her closest family. Stephanie, with your parents, Jill and Dennis, members of the synagogue forever. With your sisters and their spouses. Alexis was here. And her wife, Zoe, and their daughter, Thea, who aren't here but are part of this village that's going to raise this little girl. Justine and Rishi, wasn't so long ago that I stood with you at your wedding. And it hopefully isn't going to be so long till we have another baby naming. Just have to look at you. Stephanie's Uncle Tony and Aunt Linda, you're all here, part of this village. And John's parents, Beth and Stephen Weiss, here from Connecticut for this naming and the celebration of your granddaughter's first birthday. Tomorrow you celebrate her first birthday. And John's Aunt Elaine, who's come all the way from Providence, Rhode Island. Beth and Stephen and John, you know about the power of a synagogue. You know about it because your synagogue in Connecticut was so important in your family's life. So this little girl, this granddaughter, will come to know that synagogues, that community, that Jewish spirituality and tradition is a ladder that connects us to divinity. And the angels go up and down, not down and up. They go up and down because they start right here with us. Angels don't live in heaven. They live in us, here on earth. And they live in the hearts of this little one, all dressed in white, just like those mystics of Sfat. And you notice that she was really dancing to that music. And when her Uncle Rishi came into the synagogue, she just lit up, right? She knows who's here. She feels this love. You have come to know her and to love her as a unique individual who's curious and joyful and wise, and whom we are about to name. So I would like you to be carried by your grandmothers, wrapped in John's talit. And you come up here and receive your daughter. Come stand next to me as you bring her up. And you can hand her over and go back to your seats. So this naming comes over a blessing of wine, and this Kiddush cup was the cup that we used at your wedding. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, kayem et hayalda hazot le'ima u'la'aviha, v'yikaresh shma b'Yisrael, Elior bat Levi v'Esther. Zot haktana gedola tihiyeh, kashem shenichnasa levrit, kain tikanes leTorah u'lechuppah u'lema'asim tovim. Our God and God of our mothers and fathers, sustain this child through her parents' loving care. Let her name be known among the Jewish community by the name Elior Tessa bat Levi v'Esther. May this name be a source of joy to you and inspire you to serve our people and all humankind. And may your parents rejoice in the growth of your body and soul. And as they have welcomed you today, so may they, with wisdom, with patience, and with a sense of humor, lead you to a life filled with learning, a relationship worthy of God's blessing, and a commitment to tikkun olam, to repairing the world. Join me in the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. You can each drink, and you can give her a little bit. And be careful that she doesn't spill it on her white dress. With her finger, with her finger? Okay. In her mouth, yep. So I asked you to write a letter to your daughter that you'll share with her when she becomes bat mitzvah. And now I'd like to ask you to read a very short piece of it where you explain why you chose her English and her Hebrew names.
Dear Eleanor, we are thrilled to celebrate your first milestone in Judaism together with our families. Temple Emmanuel has and will always be an important part of our lives. And the microphone.
My grandparents were members here. Grandpa Dennis was bat mitzvahed here. I, along with Auntie Justine and Alexis, were all bat mitzvahed here, and we were married by Rabbi Geller over 4 years ago.
Your name has deep personal meaning to us. Eleanor, who is Grandma Beth's mother, and Teresa, Grandma Jill's mother.
They were both incredible, strong, independent, and ambitious women. Most importantly, they were joyful, loving, and had hearts of gold, all qualities we already see in you.
We wish for you to follow your dreams, listen to your heart, stay curious, be resilient, and seek adventure.
May you continue to grow as a beautiful young girl surrounded by the love, support, and protection of your parents, family, friends, and the community.
You have transformed our lives, and being your parents brings us immeasurable joy.
Grandparents, Grandpa Dennis, Grandma Jill, Grandpa Stephen, and Grandma Beth have all been inspirations to us. May we embody L'Dor V'Dor and passing these traditions and values on to you.
You are a lucky little girl to have chosen this family. And I know all of us look forward to being here for your bat mitzvah when we can hear the rest of that letter. Your name means light, so it's especially powerful to bless you with words from Torah that speak about the light of God that shines through you. So I'd like to invite our Rabbi and Cantor to come up and share the priestly blessing. A blessing that we said at your weddings, a blessing that we said at your B'nai Mitzvah.
First, I'd like to know, do those shoes come in my size?
They do.
They do?
You're going to give that to me? Thank you.
Okay. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face shine upon you and shine through you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom.
May you see God's face in the face of every human being and so experience wholeness and peace. Amen.
Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, Yehelanu, 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 Ulecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, Yehelanu.
And let's give a nice mellow Friday night mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
There we
Of
go.
course, there's no way you could ever forget this moment, but just in case, we have a beautiful certificate.
Ah,
Ooh. Thank you, Rabbi. Yeah.
what a great warm-up into the main section of our prayers. So we're on page 28. If you'd please rise, we've got the Baruch Hu.
Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach.
before. But the tradition is to sing Shema with our eyes closed so that we can listen. Shema. Listen to what's inside your body. Listen to what's happening in this room. Listen to what's happening outside of here, stretching all the way into the universe. When we sing Shema, we tie ourselves to each other. We tie ourselves to everything that exists in a oneness that's like no other. Let's sing together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Let's take a breath together. Continue on page 40.
Bye.
I always look forward to getting to this point in the service. So when we sing Ufros Aleinu, just even if it's a metaphor, to feel as if there's a shelter of peace that's coming over me. Especially nowadays, I just feel like I need that shelter over on top of me. So we ask, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. May we be surrounded by and smothered by the feeling of peace, the feeling of wholeness, the feeling that we are just where we're supposed to be and just who we're supposed to be.
Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. It's the third line on page 42. Ufros Aleinu
So wrong.
Sukat Shlomecha.
Let's do it in 4 this time.
Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Ushmor Tzeitzenu Uvoleinu L'chaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha.
Before we head into the Amidah, no, we're going to go right into it.
Yishber.
I thought we were going to do
Oh,
that after.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go to page 46. So we've kind of built ourselves up to this point in the service, and now's where we turn to our own personal, private prayers. So we'll sing together the first line that says, "Open up my lips and open up my heart so that my mouth can declare God's glory and what there is in my life right now and where I am, and to reflect on that." And as we do this blessing, just as a little bit of a reminder, when we do this, there's 6 words. So on the first 3 words, you take 3 tiny steps backward to create a space in front of you, and then fill in that space with 3 steps on the last 3 words. So you create kind of like this vacuum where your prayers can exist, and then you enter into that vacuum so that you can pray in your own private space. So let us rise, page 46. And then continue silently. Once you get to about 62, you may be seated, and we'll continue with the service in a moment. 1 sec, please. I'm sorry.
Adonai, Sefer Tifta,
continue. We continue on page 253. We recognize that as we sit here in our own prayers, our own thoughts, singing together, that sometimes there's something heavy in our heart because people we love and care about are in need of healing. So we like to take a time in the middle of the service to recognize, I guess, our brokenness, and that which keeps us from sometimes fully being present because there's someone kind of pulling on us in our minds and in our hearts. So we'll sing the first part of the blessing on 253, and then I have unfortunately, a very long list to read of those members of our congregation who have let us know that they want these names called. And then we have some names that are on the chat lists, and then I'll come around and I'll gather names in the room of people that you love and care about, that you're thinking about this evening, and we'll take all these names and bring them into our hearts and sing on behalf of all of them, so they can all have a speedy recovery from whatever it is that ails them. Misha Berach. Esther Batbatia, Jean-Claude Berthet, Lester Boxer, Eitan Chaim, Woody Clark, Jay Clement, Iris Ann Gordon Cutler, Judy Fenton, Erica Fernbach, Dee Friedman, Patty Goodman, Andy Hale, and Helene Hale, Lori Haynes, Naomi Bat Chaim Ishai Uvrana, Kathy Javor, Aliza Bat Karen, Lita Katan, Sis Klein, Russell Kunke, Sheila Merowitz, Kathleen Agnes McCarthy, Offer Nissenbaum, Cynthia Palmer, Warren Roston, Taylor Rubin, Hadar Salem, Jessica Schulman Reyna, Lindy Sobel and Marvin Sobel, Ilan Tamir, Harava Harona Bat Tzvia V'Yosef, Pessel Bat Gittel V'ichel, Sonia Ann Weggy, Yehudit Bat Nehama Mordechai, and Howard Zellicoe.
Tony and Marla Lopez, Lois Lebman, Rita Newman, Audrey and Judith Bennis, Lupe Diaz, Hessel Sequenza, Marian family, Michael Breen, Jennifer Spotswood, Moberly, Chaya Rivka Bat Ruth, Sarah Gittel Bat Ruth, Mindel Ruchel Bat Razel, Matthew R., Paulette Miller, Hava Young, Adisa Bat Sarah, Myra Bat Sarah, Prudencia Ben Sarah, Rosa Ben Sarah, David Kunkel, Karen Alexander, Thomas Kai, and Deborah Strife. Judy Fenton. Stephen, Miriam, Susan Crockett, Dana Silverman, Munsky, Arlene Strauss, and Judy Fenton.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So, unlike Jacob, as Rabbi Geller was telling us earlier, was in this place where he didn't recognize that the divine was there or that God was present there, as he lay down to sleep in the desert, we came into this room and I hope you immediately felt that there was some kind of presence happening between Shabbat, between people, between you and God, that there was something that happened when you came into this space and were able to recognize it. And for me, those moments between actually the prayers, the moments where the prayer stops and there's this kind of pause between them, for me, there's a real power in those moments as we just kind of take into our bodies everything that we've just done. And, you know, it is in these times where we come together like this that you can feel this kind of pull and power of community as you go through the same experience with all the people around you at the same time. And we may be feeling different things, but we're doing this all together. And we come together to kind of raise up our awareness of ourselves and to lift our spirits and to finish our week and then come into the next week renewed with a new sense of life and purpose. Tonight, we're going to honor and install and embrace those members of our congregation who serve as our board leadership, our board of directors. And it is through their devotion to ensure that our temple and all the programs and all the relationships within it recognize divinity. Recognize that this work is holy work, and that the board of directors holds this place up. And it's so dear to all of us. And we embrace the victories, and we accept the challenges. And we're faced with these victories and challenges every day, every week, every month, every year. They're not necessarily pandemic challenges, but there certainly are challenges in every congregation. And Jacob's ladder, when you think about however you picture this in your mind, it is to remind us that as human beings, we find ourselves ascending and descending and ascending and descending and going through our lives in a way that allows both of these things to happen, that we touch the divine and we touch the ground. And they can happen at the same time, they can happen at different times, they can happen one after another, it could be all of one and hardly any of the other. But we certainly do have this experience of, if we think about it as a ladder, of going towards our heights and coming down to the depths. Striving for goodness and light, and also making mistakes. This is what life is. And certainly this is what happens on our board as well. The ladder can serve as a metaphor for our own strivings as a board. I wanted to offer this interpretation of the ladder, Jacob's ladder, in the desert, from a 19th century rabbi, Avraham Zalman, one of the Hasidic rabbis. And he says, your head must reach to the heavens, in that you must always strive to ascend higher and higher. And if in your quest to improve yourself, you find unexpected obstacles and that you have fallen down somewhat, don't be afraid, because that is to be expected. Thus, indeed, the angels of God and righteous people ascend the ladder, but also descend somewhat. So, with that in mind of our strivings towards going up the ladder, and that we will start moving in that direction, perhaps won't always go in that direction, but that's our striving. I'd like to invite those members of our board of directors, and I do want to say we have many that have called in sick this evening, as I mentioned at the beginning of the evening. And they're online. I know Scott Stone. Who else? Tony's online. Pamela's online. We'll keep going. So if we could have our board come on up here, right in this little area over here, so we can just kind of keep it in this area. We'd love for you to come up, and I'm telling you right now, we're going to have you introduce yourselves, so get ready for that. They can stand all over. The best place to stand is where I, you know what? Bruce, come on over here so we can see you guys a little better. Move down a little bit. Like, that's perfect right there, because that's a camera right there, and that's one right there, so we can get you guys in it. So, hey, would you switch places so I can start with you, Jeffrey? So here we go. Now, we'd like you, to all take hands and do, no, I'm just kidding. Do a little hora. Michelle, would you lead us in the hora, please? Thank you. So, let's just kind of go around and, we only have like 2 hours for this service, so let's keep it short, okay? Just, maybe like, hello, this is who I am, and maybe one tidbit if you'd like to, or how long you go first. You're the president of the congregation, Jeffrey Wharton.
Jeffrey Wharton. And for me, this is the greatest privilege of my life to be the president of this congregation. And I look around at the people I have the privilege of serving with, 2 former presidents, members of our executive committee. I am truly blessed.
Thank you, Jeff.
It's tough to go after Jeff Wharton. I'm Kara Corwin, and it is an honor. This is my first year on the board, and it's really like a great group of people and a great temple. And my kids have all been b'nai mitzvah here, and I love it. I don't have a good tidbit, though.
That's good. You know what? Bruce will have a really good tidbit.
Well, I'm Bruce Phillips. This is my first month on the board. And I'm very excited and work with such wonderful people. And mostly, we had 4 bar mitzvahs here. My main participation in the board is I'm in the back row of the Bite Band with 40 different instruments. And you can come next week. For the,
you can hear Bruce's
Shabbat
solo.
What do you play, Bruce?
We'll be sure to give you a solo.
Now that I'm on the board, I can demand solo. So.
I failed to recognize Myra. I apologize.
3 former presidents. And if Tony Corwin here, 4 former presidents.
Let's see. She's online. Yes.
Hi, everyone. Simone Friedman, long time member. Raised my children here, bar and bat mitzvah. Love to be here, and it's inspirational. And I don't come often enough to Shabbat Friday night, and it's lovely. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pete Siegel. I'm a new old board member. And I was talking to a friend a few months ago and just describing general things, nothing confidential about a board meeting. And he said, are you sure you weren't on the board 15 years ago when I was on the board? And so I feel like not only were we all at Sinai, but we were all on the board.
Hi, I'm Myra Lurie, former co-president, and just delighted to be here with this wonderful group of people in this amazing congregation.
Moving mic. People at home want to see your face. Oh, nice. Oh, hi everyone at home. My name is Vita Del Rahim. I am fairly new, a couple years into the Temple Emanuel family, but truly believe we have the best temple in the world. I'm so grateful to be part of the board and learn from all the amazing people ahead of me. And yeah, just excited. Thank you.
That's her loving husband.
That is Sean.
Sue Brucker, I'm a former president. We've been members of the synagogue for many, many, many years, for decades. And our kids grew up here. We had bat mitzvah, bar mitzvah. We had weddings. We had just had we had 2 baby namings this year, and 6 years ago we had another one. So we are blessed, and we're blessed to be a part of this wonderful community and family. It's really our home away from home. So thank you, Temple Emanuel. Thank you to our clergy, and thank you to everyone, and to our board. Fabulous people on our board.
Hi, I'm Barry Brucker, and it's an honor to be here standing on the shoulders of former board members like Bonnie and Carl and others. And so through your leadership, we're inspired to lead, and we have a wonderful president, and we honor him.
Eric Mulheim, longtime board member, first-time caller. I'm the treasurer, and it's great to serve on this board, particularly with everyone on the executive committee. Tidbit, all 3 of our kids were bar mitzvahed here, and because I'm a convert and my wife never had a bat mitzvah, we were b'nai mitzvahed here as well, so the entire family.
Hi, my name is Jackie Casorla. I'm so honored to be here amongst all of you. Thank you. All of my adult important life moments have been here. Rabbi Aaron did my son's baby naming 20 years ago, and Rabbi Geller, he was her last student. He was bar mitzvahed here. He's now 20. My mother was in a confirmation class in 42. So this is truly an honor and a pleasure to be here with all of you. And thank you to our clergy and our congregation.
Hi, Nancy Lee, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm honored to be a member of Temple Emanuel. Our family has been let's just say very long-term members. Our now adult sons literally grew up here, bar mitzvahs, weddings, a wedding on the way, a conversion, a granddaughter, you name it. We've been here. Serving on the board is just really the icing on the cake. This is just a really special synagogue. I've lived out of state, have been a member of other synagogues, grew up in conservative in Los Angeles, but honestly, I can just say this with full-on sincerity. There really is nothing like Temple Emanuel, and nobody paid me to say that. And we're accessible, by the way. So yeah, just reach out to any of the board members that you want to speak with. We're here for you. So thank you.
Oh boy. Shabbat Shalom. Hi, I'm Danielle Soto. I work with Cantor Weiss on events for our congregants in their 20s and 30s. We have something very special in the works that I'm really, really excited for, and everyone's invited. I really love our clergy here. Shabbat Unplugged is my favorite, and special shout out to the staff at Temple Emanuel, in particular Tanaz there, who's online. She's my best friend, and she's beautiful. And I have not had any life events here, but I do plan to have a wedding as soon as somebody proposes. So, that's it. Have I?
Yes.
You've lived your life. You were living your life here every day for years. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for sharing who you are with us, but for sharing who you are with us, really, in all of the time. And Excuse me. No, yeah.
No hugging,
All of the
Michelle.
time and energy that you put into the work that we do in the synagogue is so needed and so loved. And if it weren't for your energy and your devotion, then none of us would really be standing here. So with all of that in mind, I offer this blessing, and then at the end of this, I would like to invite Rabbi Geller up so we can bless you with the same blessing we blessed that little baby with, that we will bless you as well, the priestly benediction. So we offer this. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless you who have come here to honor Shabbat, to honor this synagogue, and to honor the board of directors. May you take on the responsibility of guiding this congregation with an open heart and with a love for the Jewish people. And may you gain strength from other members of this board and work with them to make our Temple Emanuel a synagogue that cares for each member, acts through Jewish values, and transmits Jewish tradition to every generation. May your hearts be full as you take on the holy work of this congregation. And may we benefit from what moves your heart, your body, your mind, and your soul as we all lead Temple Emanuel together. Rabbi Geller?
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and may God protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face shine upon you and shine through you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
May God's presence be with you, and may you find in your life a sense of wholeness, a sense of completeness, a sense of peace. And we say together,
Amen.
Amen. And Toda Rabbah, thank you so much for everything that you do. We look forward to an incredible year this year. Thank you. We don't sing Siman Tov Mazel Tov, do we?
We sing Aleinu on page 282.
There it is. Thank you, Jeff. 282, please rise. We begin this section with two words, Ein Od, which means without end. Just one of the names of God.
לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אינו.
You may be seated for a moment. We turn now to page 294 for Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish. And we recall those in our congregational family who have died in the last month, the families are observing Shloshim at this time. Doris Lasner, Ruth Karp, and Carol Hyman. And we also recall those that have died at this season in years past, and if you look up on the screen, you can see the names of all of those in our congregation. So we remember them, and specifically we mention Max Friedman, and Theodore Newman, and Helen Stevens. And I'd like to ask if there was anyone here in the room this evening who is observing Shloshim, who'd like to stand and say the name of their loved one and share that person with us.
David Mercer.
And is there anyone here commemorating a yahrzeit on this Shabbat? Oh, well, is this for yahrzeit? I think it's for yahrzeit. If you're commemorating a yahrzeit, please stand and tell us who you're here to say. Her name's there.
Alan Cohen, Joanne Danaher, Marcos Ben Irene, and Eloisa Bat Petra.
Is there anyone in the first year after the death of a loved one that would like to stand and say their name?
My mother, Rose
Let's rise together. All of the names we've heard, we take them into our hearts, and we say Kaddish Yatom for them. We also say it for those that have no one to say it for them. We say it to all of those that have died from COVID-19, those that were lost in the Holocaust, and especially those that have died recently in the violence that continues just to shout to us every single week. We say Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba, be'almad hivrach erotei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevarach le'olam u'l'olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu. Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nachamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to the whole world. And we say, Amen. You may be seated. And the Cantor is going to regale us with announcements.
I will be as quick as possible. Join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for Shabbat Morning at Emanuel. We will celebrate Jerry Silverheart's birthday, Elisa Newman White's birthday. We'll have a special Oneg lunch and also a meeting where you can tell us your thoughts about Minion. So it's going to be lovely. No.
Seems like you're really looking forward to that.
I'm so excited. I am. I love Shabbat Morning at Emanuel. Everybody should come because that is the first group that really came back to being in person.
That is true.
And it's been really important. This coming Tuesday, I believe, Rabbi Aaron's Generations class begins. Look how beautiful that is. 4 generations and generations making an ethical will. So that will be, as you can see, the 6th, the 13th, and the 20th. And is it in person and Zoom? Yes. At 7 p.m.
7 to 8:30-ish.
7 to 8:30-ish. Please join us. Next week, please join us for Shabbat Spark. It is not just for young families, although we would love all of our young families to be there. We have our whole band. Bruce Phillips on the board with
Bruce,
his
what will you be?
multi-instrument. There's Bruce.
What will you be playing
Mandolin.
next
What
week?
else? Banjo.
Dobro. How about dobro?
And what? And dobro? Okay.
If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's an actual instrument.
So this month we had lots going on. The first Friday was Shabbat Unplugged. Next week, Shabbat Spark. The third Friday is our new service, LA Oneg. So that we have moved it a half hour up. It is 8 o'clock Oneg, 8:30 service. Raise your hand if you've been. Fantastic. Please come and join us. It's eat first, then come and drink and eat more. And have wine,
eat,
beer,
pray, love,
and donuts, Krispy Kreme donuts. Wine, beer, and donuts. What could be better before you pray? All right. Believe it or not, in 17 days, it's Hanukkah. And even though it's at the end of the month, we have a lot going on. So join us on Sunday the 18th at 4:30 for a 1-hour just lighting of our menorah. Bring in the light of Hanukkah with us in the courtyard. Then Pajama Hanukkah. If you want to see Rabbi Aaron in pajamas, please come.
Nobody wants to see that.
I ordered you some, just so you know. Okay. Lots going on throughout the week that you might have gotten some private invitations for, but also latkes and lo mein on what the world looks at as Christmas Eve, but we look at as, I don't know, the 6th night of Hanukkah or 7th night. 6th, I don't remember. But it was one of our most fun, well-attended concerts pre-pandemic. So we're really excited. We have comedians. We have music. Noam will be there. I haven't asked Zach yet, but if you want to be there, please join. And speaking of Zach and Noam, a big applause for these beautiful musicians. Noam Israeli, if you don't know him, he's now playing for Shabbat Unplugged and for LA Oneg, and we're blessed to have you in town. And thank you to Sarah back there. Thank you to Naz, who's in the room and greeting online, and to Sarah Heiner, our executive director, who I believe is guarding the door.
She's standing behind the door now, yes.
She's standing there. Michelle, Aaron, please, Michelle is back in town, and that means we have to definitely...
We've been doing the lunches when Michelle wasn't in town.
Please bring 10 packed lunches to Michelle. Is that...
If you look,
Well, Hollywood food, yes. Well, I know a lot of.
You don't have to bring 10. You could bring 1. You could bring 20. You could bring as many or as few as you want.
During the peak of the pandemic, they were feeding close to 7,000 people every Sunday, and 10 lunches goes a very long way. So talk to Michelle or Rabbi Aaron if you have questions.
Yeah, and also if you get highlights, everything is written in there. And
yes, read highlights. I still want to get a T-shirt made. Read your highlights. Can I invite up our rabbinic intern?
Yes.
Michael Walden. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, one more thing. We are collecting winter coats. I don't know about you. I have too many coats in my closet. So we are working with Chai Village, with Temple Isaiah. Drop off your gently used, don't give us holy coats. Well, they can be holy, but.
I wish we had known before you guys came from Connecticut. You probably have like 40 winter coats.
They probably need them in Connecticut more than LA.
Yeah, but once you wear it for a season, you can't wear it the next
Okay.
year.
So, wait, where did it say? I'm sorry, I saw they're being donated to the NoHo Home Alliance. So I guess that's North Hollywood Home Alliance. So please bring your jackets. Now, we would like, okay,
That's
there,
it.
perfect. Go ahead.
We are honored that we have a beautiful relationship with Hebrew Union College, which is the Reform Rabbinical School in the United States. And so each year, for many years, we've had interns that work with us in classes and in various areas of the synagogue so that they can gain experience and we can mentor, and it's a wonderful thing to do. And Michael Walden right here is our intern this year, and he's going on a really special trip that you can kind of participate in some way. So he's going to tell you a little bit about that. Yeah, over here is a better angle.
Shalom, y'all. So hi, my name is Michael Walden. I am your intern here, and also I am a student in my 5th year and my final year of rabbinical school. And part of my work involves I'm being sent to India I'm working with the JDC to meet and work with the Jewish community of India, the Bnei Israel, who have been there for more than 1,000 years with their own unique set of customs, ritual, and tradition. And as part of that, I'm bringing you all with me, virtually, to be honest, but I really do want you to come along. And so from December 14th to 21st, 22nd, I'm going to be sending updates, posting videos, but this is what I would call a participation sport. So on that note, on Facebook, Jenny Kramer and Hilda, who work here, are going to be actively soliciting your questions or requests for video, whatever you would like to get involved in this, and I will do my best on the ground to get interviews, answers, updates back to you, so that we can all kind of do it together and learn about this amazing community of Jews so far away.
Fantastic.
That really sounds wonderful. I mean, I could give you one right now. Is I really would love to see you riding on an elephant. I think that would be pretty great. Sue?
He'll make a video like my camel. Yes. Yes. And? What?
If you have a question about this or want to talk about this, I will be around afterwards right out there. Come find me and I would love to talk to you.
Michelle, you already have questions? Okay, question number 1.
Okay.
Tell us about the Jewish
He didn't
Indian
ask
cuisine.
you to give him questions right now, but let's finish the service. He'll be here, and then you can ask him as many
We do
questions
have a little
as you want.
oneg outside, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Please rise. Final
A
song.
Jewish Indian cuisine oneg, I guess.
You know, let's change it up a little bit.
Change the song.
Yep, we're changing the song.
Okay.
Tonight
Whatever,
was a
we'll
little
know
longer
on
than
Zoom.
usual.
Thank you to everyone who joined us from home. I saw you.
Oh,
say shalom bimroma. Say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
See, change it up.